We're living in a generation that there's so many types of people, there's so many hearts that may be broken, so many people confused. So I wanted to speak a few minutes about Chassidus Has and the generation that we're in. And I meet many souls, many holy people in my travels and from my kiruv. And I hear people's struggles and cries. And so I want to explain to you a little bit how to view Chassidus and life in this generation. Now you see, even 10 years ago, things were a little bit different. The generation needed different things. Chazal teach us that Hashem gives every generation a Rav, holding in their, obviously higher, but holding in such a place that he's right for that door, for that generation, and their troubles. And as generations go by, we're weaker as a people. Our souls are a little bit weaker. At the same time, they're also stronger in other aspects. But generally speaking, we're weaker. We're further from Hashem in certain ways. It's more difficult to be close to Hashem. So Chassidus by the Baal Shem Tov was supposed to be an answer for all problems of the door. The problems of the simple person, the Pintala Yid, who was struggling to find God, but yet Chassidus would bring the Torah down to that person in such a way that they wouldn't feel lost. Chassidus would bring the highest Torah down to the common man. And through looking at the light of each person, Chassidus taught that you find the holiness in this Pintala Yid. And these are the sparks, the missing sparks that bring Mashiach is finding is in the common folk who are unlearned, the simple people who are working, doing simple jobs. That was one aspect of Chassidus, was seeing the light in a fellow Jew and spreading the Torah to every person, opening your arms, being warm and friendly. That's one aspect. The second aspect of Chassidus, of Baal Shem Tov, and there are many aspects, these are the main ones, in my opinion. The second aspect is the idea that you're going to find godliness in every single thing that's going on in your life. Every mitzvah, you're going to look for that spiritual connection, that extra step of kavanah. This was the idea of Kabbalah. This idea was brought into Chassidus to bring to the common man and the Jewish people. And in the time period of Chassidus, the late 1700s, 1800s, the main time when it was thriving, this is what was missing from the generation. That's these two aspects. The Shem Tov brought this back. He handed the keys to the Magi of Mezrich, went to Noam Elimelech, Rosh Mabdi, Rabbi Nachman, and they went dispersed to the next level. And as generations went by, like I said, we're becoming weaker. So now we have a problem. We have a problem that maybe people are denying. And I'm going to look you straight in the eye, and I'm going to tell you the problem. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't say it the same way. But the last real or of Chassidus, the holy Lubavitch Rebbe, understood the idea of taking the Jews and spreading them like the way of the Baal Shem and the Magid, and disperse them to find the Pintala Yid, find these Jews and bring them back to God and find the light. At the same time, he gave barriers and walls to these people and personal guidance to each one of them to make sure they didn't slip up along the way. Today, Lubavitch is still continuing these things, but it's gone on a different path. I'll let you debate that on your own. But the point is, it's not the same. It's not the same. This doesn't have the same energy. And Breslov too. 10 years ago, I had a holy Rav, Rabbi Dorfman, and the MSF, the spark of Breslov to me was so pure in this arena. But slowly, I see it diminishing from what I understood Breslov to be. So if people ask me, are you Breslov? I'm not going to say I'm not Breslov. I'm Breslov what it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago already. When I found it, this is to me Breslov. What today is, there's different sparks from different places. It's not the same to me, personally. But the point being is that when I look at Chassidus today, when I go to a Chassidish place, and I'm a person that I walk half hour, 45 minutes to go to a tish still. And I love the tishes. I love to see the unity and the pureness of such a thing. But there is an aspect missing. We have, like I said, two main aspects. And the aspect of bringing godliness into the mitzvos and spirituality is there. It is there. It is there still. Not the same, but it's there strongly. But the aspect of seeing the Pintel Yid, of spreading the Torah and to have that obviously show the love, let's be honest, it's not there. It's not there. And I'm the only one going to go and flat out say this to you. Now I am in a situation, I have 6 boys, 1 girl, Baruch Hashem, and I'm thinking a path I could send them to. And I'm going to send them on a path of Chassidus, but it's not the Chassidus it was 10 years ago to me, 15, 20 years ago. It's changing with the generation. Generation has different needs. If the generation needed what it had 20 years ago, then Hashem will give you the Rav and give you that derech. But this is a changing generation. But it's important because so many people are searching, so many people are feeling empty, they're not feeling like they're getting what they want to get. Because, I'm telling you straight out, because one of these aspects is missing. And you're looking for that, because that's what Chassidus, that what might have brought you to Chassidus. And it's one of the most important aspects of Chassidus. Why this happened, the rebels, the people, they needed to put a wall, the generation sinking at a block, and protect themselves. Whatever you want to make the excuse of why it happened, but that's where it's at. So therefore, I want to give you some chizuk, some strength, because I'm sure you're like me. You want to go and connect to the greatness of Chassidus, but you're gonna feel a little empty. So how do you feel the emptiness? So 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people come to me. I would tell them, you need to pick a Chassidus, you need to pick a group, a rabbi, and you stick to that, and that's your derech. And then if you want to take from everything else, you can do that, and you have a home. Now, I still would recommend that, but that may not be enough. What I'd like to say is that all the Chassiduses and all the different places, if you now feel an emptiness, now is the time where it is okay to go and take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, to make your perfect whole for yourself, and not to be ashamed about it, because something is missing in Chassidus. Something does need to come back, and it's going to come back from you. It's going to come back from us, realizing something is wrong, and we need to find it in ourselves. And we need to relate back to the pureness of Chassidus and take from the different places in Chassidus where we can then find that wholeness that's missing. And this is what I recommend now. Not something I'd recommend years ago. And my recognition, sorry, I'm a little bit sick. My recognizing that, my bringing it forth to you, saying it's okay, I hope that brings a certain level of weight off of your shoulders to know it's okay. I'm feeling it too, and we can make the best of this. And this is what's going to bring the light of Chassidus back, when people are unique in themselves and not embarrassed to be themselves. Take what you need, not just from Chassidus, from Litvish, from Sephardim. There's so many great holy Torahs from the Sephardic culture, so much spirituality. if you can go to the pureness of the old time Moroccan and the old time Iranian traditional Sephardic light, if you can go in and find people holding by those areas and draw from them into your, and put that into your Chassidus, everything. Take from everything that you need for yourself. Be your own person. Do not feel pressure to be like other people. And find this holy light of Chassidus once again, and may it shine for you, and may all the confusion go away. And there's so much more I want to speak about this. And I started a book about the next step, what's after Chassidus for our generation, but with every important thing there's tikkunim, so I don't know what will be with it. But I relate to you, and I hear your troubles, and your troubles will be solved. Go ahead, be free to take and nourish your soul like you need to.